classes.
Headline edition, July 8, 1947. The Army Air Forces has announced that a flying disc has been found and is now in the possession of the Army.
If the game is rigged, change the game. Game changer.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
This is Fade to Black with your host, Jimmy Church, on the Game Changer Radio Network.
I need your help to get to the year 1985.
You are listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Network.
Good evening. Fade to Black. Bespoke radio for the masses. Yeah, man, how you doing? Today's Thursday, November 3rd, 2022. It's Fadernight. I would like to welcome everybody listening all around the world, all across the United States. Hither and thither, to and fro, back and forth, up and down, east and west, north and south, far and near. This is Fade to Black for KJCR, the Game Changer, and UNX Networks. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. What is cracking, everybody? How you doing? How you doing? Night. It's Thursday. It's another Fader night. Open lines all night long. One call-in number. 818-921-6929. 818-921-6929. All right. Excited. It's Thursday. Made it. Made it. I love Fader nights. Okay. Get all settled in. It's cold. It's cold out here in the Mojave Desert. I'm going to let you know it's pretty cold. It's pretty cold. Got the heaters on. Yeah, turn them on. Got long sleeve sweatshirt on today. It was kind of funny. I woke up. I was like, man, woo, wah, woo, foo, fa. Went over to my sliding glass door bedroom, and I cracked it open and stuck my hand out. I went, well, man. And so I did for the first time. And you know what I'm talking about. You do this yourself every year. There's the first time. Went into the closet and said, okay, break out the long sleeve section. And this is what I'm going to be wearing for the next 4 months. This right here. That's it, man. Going to be on Amazon. Long sleeve sweatshirts for men. You know the drill. It is here. It is cold. It is really, really cold here. So, yeah. Tonight's another Fader night. It's open lines all night long. 818-921-6929. And I only bring that up because I can feel the heater, right? It's on. Normally, I feel the air conditioner, but no. It's the heater. Oh, man. I got a little portable heater, little dinky guy for my bedroom. Going to fire that thing up. It's got a remote control. Yeah, man. It's that time of the year. Coming up, I will be hosting the Conscious Life Expo. Tickets went on sale on the 1st. Today is the 3rd. All right. You ever see the film Inglourious Bastards? Quentin Tarantino. There is a scene. Everybody's at H, right? They're in this basement bar thing, and there's a standoff. Yeah, and And it was over how you say three. Is it three? Right? Three? Right? Three. Think about that. So that's it. That's my inside joke. That's my inside Quentin Tarantino. I'll be hosting the Conscious Life Expo. Tickets went on sale on the 1st. Today is the 3rd. Go to consciouslifeexpo.com. Links are below. A couple of weeks after that, I'll be hosting the Parapod Festival right here in Los Angeles at the Hyatt Regency in Valencia, California. This is a one-day film festival media event, and you need to get your submissions in. You do, and you can do that. Parapodfilmfest.com. You have a series, you have a documentary you've done, anything media related in the paranormal, click on the link below, parapodfilmfest.com. 2 weeks after that, or 1 week after that, I will be hosting and presenting on the Hidden Secrets Seminar at Sea Cruise, April 7th through the 14th. Again, links for that are below. Okay. All right. Links for everything that I do is in the description box below. Follow me on Twitter at JChurchRadio. Yeah. I had a busy day on social media today. I'll talk about all of that in just a minute, but you can follow me on Twitter. Twitter's in the news. Oh, yeah. That's my leadoff breaking news story tonight. You can follow me on Twitter at JChurchRadio. The Sandbox is hashtag F2B right there. Amazon Basics hoodies are on fire. Really? Thanks for the hot tip, Third Stone. Is that a fact? The Amazon Basics. I read labels. I like looking on, flip the label back and see what somebody's wearing. Because, I'm a Kirkland brand kind of guy. I'm a label reader. Amazon Basics. Yeah. Amazon Basics. Nothing wrong with that. I got Amazon Basics bad. Amazon. Okay. Talk about Amazon Basics. I'm a guitar guy, right? So, I do a lot of research and stuff on the net about guitars. I do. I don't know if you know that, but I got a couple of guitars behind me. And one day, this is about 6 months ago. I was going to say a year. I think it was quite a year ago. Maybe 6 months ago, an ad pops up. And I couldn't believe my eyes. Okay, so you know what a guitar pedal is, right? It's those little stomp boxes on the floor, and you see guitar players stepping on them, right? Distortion. Maybe it's a wah pedal, volume pedal, compressor, phase shifter, stuff like that, chorus pedal. And I see this ad, and this is what it said. I want somebody to pop this up on Twitter. Go and look. I want to see the chat room, you guitar players. I flipped out. Amazon Basics guitar pedals. I was like, what? And they've got distortion pedals, heavy metal pedals, compressor pedals, phase shifters, EQ, tubes. I was like, what? They've got a whole Amazon Basics guitar stomp box pedals. And I just thought to myself, Amazon Basics makes everything. It's kind of like Kirkland. It's kind of like Costco. Costco doesn't have guitar pedals. Not yet. Right? Walmart. Amazon does. You can get an Amazon Basics everything. I bet you can get an Amazon Basics microwave oven. Amazon Basics bicycle. Amazon Basics everything. Amazon Basics microphone. Oh, they do. They got these. It's crazy. Guitar cables, mic stands, Amazon Basics. I've got an Amazon Basics mic stand right here, right there, right here. My overhead, this overhead mic right here. Let me show you. See this? See that overhead mic? Right? You see that? I just unplugged it. Oh, I unplugged my headphones. Hold on. Let me plug my headphones back in. That's an Amazon Basics mic stand. Couldn't believe it. Normal mic stand, $30, $40, $50. Not that baby. That thing was $9.99. $10 free delivery. All right. What was I talking about? Oh, that was the hoodies. Oh, Cassandra Graham. There they are. Amazon Basics compressor guitar pedal, fully analog circuit, $25. Right there. I mean, like $25. Free delivery. Get it by November 9th. Is that nuts? I couldn't. I still don't believe it. You just want $25. You don't want to buy one just because. And let me see this for a second. It says Amazon Basics on it. That is crazy. That is absolutely nuts. And can I share this? I could probably share this. Yeah, so check this out. Let me share screen. I'm just going to share screen. I don't give a crap. You guys can see my window. Let me see what I've got here. Look. Watch it. Amazon Basics. Compressor guitar pedal. Fully analog circuit, $25. Free delivery Friday. Right there. Or Wednesday, November 9th. It says right here, compressor. Amazon Basics. That's crazy town. That's just crazy town. Why did I bring that up? I brought that up because, Third Stone hoodies. Follow me on Twitter at JChurchRadio. Let's get to the breaking news. Elon Musk will begin laying off Twitter employees tomorrow morning. All of this according to a company-wide email calling the social media services 7,500-person workforce for a little over a week after completing the blockbuster buyout of Twitter. The Twitter employees were notified in the email that the layoffs were now set to begin. Workers were instructed to go home and not to go to the offices tomorrow as the cuts start. The message, which came from a generic address and was signed Twitter, did not detail the total number of layoffs. Here's a quote from the email. You ready? Quote, in an effort to place Twitter on a healthy path, we will go through the difficult process of reducing our global workforce. We recognize that this will impact a number of individuals who have made valuable contributions to Twitter, but this action is unfortunately necessary to ensure the company's success moving forward. End quote. There you go. We'll find out. Elon is still in the news, though, as if that wasn't enough. Elon's first prototype Hyperloop tunnel is no more. The roughly 1 mile long white steel tunnel running along Jack Northrop Avenue near SpaceX headquarters in Hawthorne, California, has been removed and will be replaced with a parking lot. Meanwhile, Musk Boring Company has been working to build out a system of tunnels underneath Las Vegas, but has gotten nowhere. They've been doing that for a few years, while the company's efforts to dig in other cities like Chicago, LA, and the Northeast Corridor have all fizzled. All right. You know that Chinese March 5B rocket? Right? Are you ready? Well, that rocket booster will enter Earth's atmosphere at 5:30 a.m. Pacific time tomorrow, Friday, give or take 4 hours. Possibly, it looks like right now, somewhere in the South Pacific Ocean, but there's a plus or minus 4 hours, right? Okay, could hit, and you follow the map, right? You follow the star, you follow the orbit. That thing could land in California. Yeah, man. That's right. Check this out. You ready? A bird expert announced today that a young bar-tailed godwit set the nonstop distance record by flying 8,435 miles from Alaska to Tasmania. That's right. According to Eric Wohler of BirdLife Tasmania, the bird was tagged as a hatchling in Alaska with a tracking GPS chip and tiny solar panels that allowed a research team to track its flight. Nonstop, 8,435 miles without a break. You can't even do that sitting in first class on an Airbus. Nonstop. No food. No drink. 8,435. You couldn't do it. You could not do it. But that bar-tailed godwit pulled it off. Pretty amazing. Let's get this show cracking. On this day in history, it was a big one too, 1948. The Chicago Tribune jumps the shark and declares New York Governor Thomas Dewey the winner of the presidential race against President Harry Truman with that famous, infamous front page headline, Dewey defeats Truman. On this day in 1948, Amazon Basics guitar pedals. Amazon Basics guitars. All right. Do-it-yourself electric guitars. You guys got this going on. All right. Yeah, it's trippy. It's trippy. Fader fact. All right. I guarantee you did not know this. You ready? I tested this today, by the way. It's 100% accurate. Your left hand does 56% of the typing you do every day. Your left hand. And you're right-handed. Think about that for a second. You know what's weird? And that's your fader fact. Okay, so guitarist, a right-handed guitarist. This is what's weird, like typing, right? You're right-handed, but your left hand does all the work, right? And so a guitarist, if you're right-handed, your left hand does all the work, right? The chords. It's weird. It seems like a guitar player, this should be doing all the work. And you can't do it. You cannot do it. Give a guitar player a left-handed guitar, right-handed guitar player, give him a left-handed guitar strung the other way. It should be normal. Can't play it. Can't do it. Can't do it. It's weird. It's absolutely bizarre. It's the same thing with typing. It just doesn't make any sense, man. I can't do anything with my left hand except play guitar. Rivermoonwellness.com, Fade to Black blend. Donnie Douglas says, I'm still trying to lick my elbows. Ain't gonna happen, bro. Ain't gonna happen, bro. All right. What am I doing? What am I doing? You can't play a guitar this way. You gotta play it this way. This is, man, all day long. It's just everything is correct. Makes sense. This way, backwards. Ding, 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 ding. Can't do it. No. It's weird. I can't even air guitar right-handed. Can't. It's weird, man. I can air guitar all day long. Can't do it this. Can't do it. Can't do it. All right. Rivermoonwellness.com. It's Thursday night. It's Fader night. It's cold outside. I got a sweatshirt on. I'm drinking half hot chocolate, half coffee. Kind of. It's got powdered chocolate in it because it's warmer. I want to show you something. You're never going to see one of these. And I got this today. It was sent to me. You ready? This is really cool. You're never going to see one of these. You can't get one. This was sent to me from my good friends over at Northrop Grumman. Yeah. An F-35 Lightning company shirt. There it is. This is given to the employees. You can't buy them. You can't find them. There it is. The official. It's even got an American flag sewn on the sleeve. And it came with a really nice letter and note that was hand signed. This is a really nice shirt, man. There it is. Only for the employees over at Northrop Grumman. I'll cover up their names because, there's a security clearance here. There it is. Jimmy, sorry it took so long to get this to you. There you go. Yeah, that's pretty cool, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I saw that video, Lord Nelson. I actually saw that video. The dude that falls out of his Camaro. That's pretty funny. All right. RiverMoonWellness.com, Fade to Black Blend. Promo code F2B Blend. 15% off of your order today. Best coffee in the world. It truly is. All right. Go Backley Tappy. Yeah. All right. So, today I posted a video over on my YouTube channel. And I shot this video back on August 14th and 15th in early morning hours, 1 a.m. of August 15th. I say August 14th, but it's 1 a.m. I say August 14th in the video. I even say 2023. It was 1 a.m. I'm tired, but I was out on my patio at 1 a.m. And I was out there for a good while with my night vision. I probably got out there at about midnight or so. And I like sitting and just checking out the night sky. And so I'm doing that. Anyway, so this is what happens. I mentioned this on the show before, but maybe briefly, but now the video's posted. So let me explain to you. You can go to my YouTube channel. You can check it out. It's a long video. It's about 9 minutes long. Night vision. And I shot it with my iPhone over the lens of the eyepiece of the night vision. It was difficult to shoot. But going due north, so second floor patio off of my bedroom, looking due north, I started to see, maybe 10 degrees up in the sky. I see these things coming across the sky and lighting up and going this. It was like a bunch. And I was like, oh, man, everybody complains that I don't shoot video. And now, right? So I run in the house. Grab my iPhone. I come back outside. They're still lighting up. Panicking. I get my phone on video and I'm, holding it up and I'm looking at my phone and but I shoot this video and it's an incredible video. And now I don't know how far away or things altitude wise, but it was up maybe 10, 15, 20 degrees off of the horizon of the sky going this way. Go and look at the video, see what I'm talking about. But I can tell you this, from that angle, Edwards Air Force Base is this way, a long ways, 10 miles. It's like, 10 miles off of the freeway and 10 miles up at an angle. It's way over there. Lockheed and Skunk Works from this angle facing north is off to my right. So it's not that. Dead ahead. And I went and looked. That's nothing but Mojave Desert out there. Nothing. That's all that's out there. And watching, and it's one after another. Sometimes there's 2 and 3 of them at a time, but they appear. It's just like appear, right? And then start moving, appear. And then start moving, appear, and then start moving, appear. It's crazy. I don't know what to make of this video. And today, as I was putting it together, it's just, I cut the ends off where I'm struggling with the camera. Other than that, it's just an unedited video. You can hear me talking. That's it. And the more that I looked at that video today, the more that I'm questioning, I have no clue. I have no clue. As soon as you start to think certain things, maybe it's, it's 50 miles away. It's a helicopter doing circles. Okay. Except there's 3 of them doing it, right? And that doesn't make any sense. So, I mean, that thought came and went fairly quickly. Is it airplanes flying? No, they're appearing. And why? There's no airplane traffic like that over an airport, and there's no airport out there, by the way. So what was going? I don't know. I simply don't know. I thought that maybe it was Starlink at one point too as well, but the reason why it's not is because there are different altitudes. They're all kind of going. There's a tree in the way. My neighbor's tree. You can see it in the backyard. These things were so bright from that distance that you can see them light up behind the tree. It's bizarre. So I don't know. I want you to go and look at the video. Just go to my YouTube channel. It's right there. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. I have no idea. The date is there. It was 1 a.m. on 1 a.m. on August 15th. All right. Now look it up. I haven't gone that far. What was happening? Maybe somebody's got some radar data that they can go and backtrack and look at that part of the Mojave Desert. I don't know. Was a war games going? I don't know, but it's a crazy video. It's a crazy video. Yep. Go and check it out. It's right there on my YouTube channel. It says UFOs over Palmdale. I couldn't think of anything else more creative than that. And there's no fancy editing. There's nothing to it. I just threw the video up, put a title card at the beginning, the end, and posted it, rendered it, done. Nothing fancy, but it's 9 minutes long. This is Fade to Black. Tonight is Fadernight. That's right. One phone number, 818-921-6929. 818-921-6929. This is Fade to Black. I love Matchbox 20. 3 a.m. Good response. What? I don't even know what that means. That's from Ken Priest. This is Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. I'll be right back with your phone calls right after this short break. Stay with us.
This is Nicole Church, daughter of you-know-who, and you're listening to Fade to Black on JimmyChurchRadio.com and the Game Changer Network.
You're listening to Jimmy Church and Fade to Black on the X.
You're listening to Jimmy Church, Fade to Black.
Fade to Black will now pause for alien identification.
The station that talks the net.
When you take the beans from Central America with dashes of Indonesian and African mixed in and then roast it to the dark side of Fade to Black, you create the ultimate brew of fringe. Introducing the Fade to Black blend from River Moon Coffee. Yes, River Moon's darkest customized roast was created for the love of Fade to Black. The alchemy of masterful roasting and smoking the beans is in every sip of this full-bodied, dark Java. I need my coffee dark, deep, with distinct bittersweet chocolate highlights, just like the bunker. Leaning further into the darkness of the roast is Fade to Black blend from River Moon Coffee. Just click on the banner at JimmyChurchRadio.com and use the promo code F2BBLEND for 15% off of your order today.
This This is the only way forward.
This is Fade to Black. Make contact.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and you can get our podcast for just $2 per month. All you have to do is click on the podcast banner over at jimmychurchradio.com. I'll be the host and MC once again this year for the 2023 Conscious Life Expo, February 10th through the 13th at the LAX Hilton in Los Angeles, California. This is a 4-day live event featuring hundreds of speakers, exhibitors, and not-to-miss special events. Check this out. Linda Moulton Howe, Bashar, Deborah King, Daniel Sheehan, George Norrie, David Wolf, Sean Stone, Danny Brinkley, Susan Slaughter, the Leo King, David Palmer, Scott Walter, and another 200 inspirational speakers. Special events include a disclosure lunch with me, Expo's Got Talent, hosted by me, a seance with Susan Slaughter, the George Norrie Forum, and the Leo King is going to DJ at a dance party. Over 200 exhibitors, over 200 speakers. It's the biggest event of the year. Tickets are on sale now at ConsciousLifeExpo.com. For everything you need, info, tickets, schedule, and speakers, please visit ConsciousLifeExpo.com. Go back, Lee Tappy.
Do you have an interest in the paranormal? Then you'll love the unxnetwork.com. The X is your streaming audio and video for everything supernatural, strange, and mysterious, like UFOs, Bigfoot, ghosts, and so much more. From hosts like Jimmy Church, Whitley Strieber, Micah Hanks, and Christina Gomez. Visit the unxnetwork.com show page for a complete list of all the paranormal programs you'll find on the X. Be sure to follow us on Twitter for updates at KUNXDB. Follow our Facebook group, UnX Network. Find the podcast on Spotify, iHeart, Audible, and Apple Podcast. It's time.
It's new.
It's the X.
9 out of 10 geneticists agree.
Fade to Black is not your father's radio show on the Game Changer Radio Network.
Hi, this is Rob Reiner from Anvil, and you're listening to JimmyChurchRadio.com.
What's up? I'm Chris. What up? This is Cal Manson. You're listening to Jimmy Church
Welcome back. Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church, Thursday night. It's Fadernight. Open lines all night long. One number, 818-921-6929. That's it. That's it. I love Fadernight. That video, I'm looking at everybody's comments here, and Michael says, oh, wait a minute. Maybe you want to see my face. Maybe not. Maybe I should just do this all night. It doesn't matter to me, you know. But anyway, Michael Mansfield, he says, where'd that go? Here it is. He says, watched the 9-minute video and definitely looked like a military type of flying formation. No, it didn't. No. But that's his eyes. But anyway. But do not understand why the vehicles were so bright. Who? I don't understand the military flying. I don't know. I don't know. It's just this stuff is appearing. You know, I don't want to say a portal. You know, I don't want to say that, but that's what it looks like. Just beep. Up here, beep. Down here, beep. Bright, you know, and they didn't come out of the other side of the tree. I thought at one point, maybe it was even off of the video when I wasn't shooting, that I thought that I saw something. You couldn't see this with the naked eye. Only with that was one of the reasons why I went and grabbed my phone so quickly. is when I was seeing this, pull down the night vision. I'm like, what? No, it's not there. Oh, there it is. What? And you're doing that. It's not there with the naked eye. If it's airplanes from that, it's naked eye. You see airplanes flying all over. I'm in an air corridor, man. It's just all night long. Right there, flying into Burbank Airport. They come right across the desert. On my phone, I have pictures that I've taken in the last year of me flying over my house. It's right there, right? Speak. It's so funny because instead of my, they're one after another, same, and whatever the tower, those flight controllers, they're guiding everybody in to Burbank. They fly over and they make a U-turn and land. I've done it dozens of times this year, and it's pretty cool flying over my house. Lots of pictures of Lockheed, right over the top of Lockheed. Have I seen anything? I wouldn't tell you if I did. All right, it's Thursday night. It's Fadernight. 818-921-6929. It's open lines all night long. I would love to know if you've seen the video that I posted today, and what do you think about that? I think it's incredible. Is it up there with, the beer can? No, the beer can was a daytime sighting. That was Holy Grail. That was the tippity top of the tops. I don't know what I would have to see to exceed the beer can UFO. I don't know. It would have to land in my backyard. It would have to be that incredible. But this, number 2. And so go and check out the video. All right. You know what? Let's just go to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hey, Jimmy, it's Donna.
Hey, Donna, how are you?
I'm hanging in there. First off, really quick, I want to thank all you, Christina, and all the Fadernauts for the thoughts and prayers and love. Because when my dad passed away a few weeks ago, y'all are some special people.
Yeah, and, right on. Our thoughts are with you. You know that.
Yeah, lots of love back to all of you.
Right at you.
Anyway,
appreciate it.
Anyway, I'm gonna move on before I start getting all teary-eyed and all that stuff. I don't want to do that on air. Anyway, past couple of days, I've come up with the Bigfoot theory, another one. And what if the Bigfoots, or Big Feet, I guess, however you want to say it. Anyway, what if they're actually the giants, and the giants can shapeshift to look like Bigfoot's feet?
Why not?
Yeah, about the same size, I guess. Some of them, anyway. And the reason why you can't catch them or you can't find remains of them is because they can teleport.
Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why not? Donna, this is the thing. I went from, if you listen to the early Fade to Black shows, where I would state, and I still kind of do, right? I've changed somewhat, probably more than most, and I love being flexible in my mind. I reserve the right to change my mind. Okay? All right? I learn stuff. I see stuff differently, and my mind is allowed to change, and I do it. And I have changed.
I do the same thing.
And we all should. Most people don't. No matter what, you tell them something that should change their mind, and it just solidifies their belief system and the dogma that they've been.
I used to be into the whole electric vehicle thing, but after I've learned what for's and all that, I don't anymore.
Okay, well, let's stay.
Everybody, you learn stuff, then you grow, and your opinions change throughout the years.
Right. But let's stay on Big Feet, okay? Let's stay on Big Feet.
Yeah.
Let's not go to Tesla just yet. Here's the deal.
Yeah.
If you go back to the early shows of Fade to Black, I wasn't a Bigfoot guy. All right. And, but
until you saw the two things over at that, what was that place that you were at?
You're talking about the footprints.
Gillen,
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
The answer is no. The answer is no to that. The answer is no. Well, that didn't change my mind. It was certainly cool to look at, but okay. So let me stay on target. Let me keep flying this plane. Okay.
Sorry about that.
All right. If you go back and you listen to the shows, what I used to say, I mean, I still say it, and that is this: the Patterson-Gimlin film, I believe, is authentic. I think that's a real Bigfoot. I do. In that film. And if the UFO community had a UFO video as good as the Bigfoot film, the Patterson film, it'd be case closed. But yet,
would that not be cool?
But hold on, Donna. Let me finish. I'll let you know when I'm done, okay? All right. Is that cool? Is that cool with you?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll let you know when I'm done. And so that doesn't make any sense. It simply doesn't make any sense. I love the Patterson-Gimlin film. I think it's authentic. I think that is Bigfoot, but I don't believe in Bigfoot. Doesn't make any sense, does it? Right? So now here's the deal. The reason why, I mean, because the list is long. We don't have any bodies. Nobody's hit one with a car. Greyhound bus hasn't hit one. We hit deer, dogs, possums, bears, whatever. Probably hit elephants in Africa. We hit wildlife all the time, but we've never hit a Bigfoot. Why is that? So now that's where I go a little bit different. Is it possible that there is something interdimensional going on? And as crazy as that sounds, the Patterson-Gimlin film, I believe, is authentic. All right. Now, maybe an interdimensional, parallel world, whatever you want to call it, aspect to Bigfoot comes into play, and that's why we haven't gotten a body, right? We don't have this, we don't have that. All of these different claims. Well, if you got a body, they would find out. The man will find out. They would take the body from you. The Bigfoot men in black will show up, and no, I don't believe that that's the case. Because if I found a Bigfoot body, I'd throw him in the back of my Jeep, and I would drive straight to the Los Angeles Times. I would drive straight in here to the bunker. I'd prop that dude up in the chair, and I would go live on Facebook. You know what I mean? If I'm out and I find a Bigfoot body, I'm live streaming right there with my phone. Check this out. And that hasn't happened. So why? The Bigfoot Patterson film is real. So what's the deal? It must be interdimensional. That's the only thing that resolves it in my mind. All right, and I'm now UFOs. Is there a connection there? Possibly. I don't know. But I've always questioned Bigfoot because of the physical aspects. Okay. How is it that we have footprints, we have casts, we have everything but, right? Everything. We got everything. We still, as of yet, aside from the Patterson-Gimlin film, if you put that aside, there's no good Bigfoot footage. There's no good Bigfoot photographs. They don't exist. How many times have I had guests on this show and others, Donna, that have said, check out my Bigfoot picture, right? And they'll describe it to you. So it's Bigfoot looking dead in the camera, man. He's got a can of of baked beans. He's got a fork in his hand. He's standing right there and he's looking right in it. Man, you could see the thing. And you look at the picture and you're like, where is he? I don't know. He's right there. See, if you see, I'm like, what? We don't have that picture, right? Why is it? I don't know.
Because it's 10 times worse than videotaping UFOs. Like, some people have a camera on their phone, and most of the time they don't even take the videos of UFOs. It's 10 times worse because it's more disturbing to look at a Bigfoot than it is a UFO.
Could be
in some people's minds.
Could be, but what about
I don't know.
What about the photograph of a body? That's not. There's plenty of those photographs on the net of dead bodies, right? You can find that anywhere. But I don't know. I've been trying to figure this out for a very, very long time, and the only thing that I'm comfortable with, Donna, the only thing that keeps me from going nuts or being a total skeptic on it, because I don't want to be a skeptic on it, is that it's got to be interdimensional. That's the only thing that keeps me sane. It just...
Well, part of it with me is, part of me wants them to stay unfound because, it would protect them from us, because we don't have the best history when it comes to animals or even our own selves, our own species. We don't have the best history. Plus, it's a lot of fun speculating.
Yeah. Well, okay.
It would take away all the fun.
But, okay, here's the but. Here's the butt rub with all of that, Donna. You can have the rarest bird in the world. There's 8 of them left. They're about to go extinct. You can get a picture. You can get a picture of that. This is the rare white-tailed mountain fox, thought to have been extinct for 500 years. You can get a picture, top of the Himalayas, right? You can get those. Things that don't want to be found, that don't want to be seen, the rarest of the rarest of the rarest of anything, we can get a picture. Remember giant squids? Thought to be a mythical creature, right? We didn't get one and photograph one until they got caught in the nets by the United States Navy in the South Pacific. And that was like 30 years ago, right? We're talking about a mythical creature. But now we got a picture of it. We've got a picture of it.
The panda. Panda's
you make
a lot of sense there.
Yeah, panda's a great example. So, how is it that Bigfoot is that elusive? Unless interdimensional. If it's a pure physical species, like you and I, right?
Interdimensional, has some teleporting powers.
No.
More intelligent than us.
What I'm saying is that if it was just a regular species, like an earthworm or a bird or a hippopotamus, just a normal physical thing, we would have photographed it. We would know exactly where they are. We would have somebody have tagged it. GPS. Right in the back of the neck, right? We'd be tracking Bigfoot. You heard the bird story I did today. Nonstop flight, 8,400 miles from Alaska to Tasmania. Little bird tagged as a hatchling. We could do that with anything. Do that with all kinds of fish and sharks and whales and dolphins and the rarest of the rare. Tag it, and you don't have to get right up on Bigfoot. How about, a couple hundred yards away, quarter mile, GPS, seriously, right in the back of the head. We haven't done it. So it must be interdimensional. If it exists, if Bigfoot is real, I'm going to say interdimensional. It's
like those bug-like creatures on that episode of Stargate until Jonas got infected with that radiation, whatever he did, nobody could see them, but they were all over Earth.
Oh, that's right. I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. Hey, Donna, sorry to hear about your dad. Our thoughts are with you. You're the best.
Thank you.
Enjoy your weekend.
You too. I'll enjoy it even more if I win the lottery tonight.
Oh, that's right. I didn't buy tickets today. I bought them yesterday.
$1.5 billion.
You can loan me some money. I'll talk to you, Donna.
You know what I do?
What?
Really quick.
What?
I would take 4 Fadernauts and myself from Kentucky, and all expense paid flight to one of the conferences you do.
You would do it every year for the rest of your life. That's what you would do with $1.5 billion.
If I could, I would.
You would buy the conference. Have a great weekend, Donna. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Go back,
lots of love, everybody. Go back, Teppy.
Thank you so much. That is Donna from Kentucky, the absolute very best. If Bigfoot exists, right? If Bigfoot exists, interdimensional. It's the only thing that makes sense. There's nothing else that checks all the boxes. Nah. Let's go to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hey, Jimmy. This is Frank from Fort Knox.
Frank from Fort Knox.
Yep.
How you doing, man? What's going on?
I'm not doing too bad. About yourself. So I was wondering if you had any updates on the new Northrop Grumman B-21 Raider.
Yeah, it's going to be, well, I can't say anything that I've seen. That wouldn't be cool. That wouldn't be fresh. That wouldn't be prudent, right? That wouldn't be a good American, right? I can't do that. But I have heard and seen things. December 2nd is the big reveal down the street. And I'm going to be there.
Okay.
I'm going to be there. Yep.
Now, is that essentially what they did with the B-2? Is that what they're basically going to do on the second?
What I have been told. Oh man, I'm going to get somebody in trouble. Ah man, Frank, why are you doing this to me, man?
Oh, come on.
Look, what I have been told is that the runway tests have been completed. Okay. Now, that means it's flying. It works. Everything's cool. That's been done. So now, I you know what? Honestly, what I think they're doing, fresh coat of paint, going to throw on some min wax, right? Going to polish that baby up. And
some Carnauba on there.
Yeah, some Carnauba. Exactly. So armor all those tires, right? And they're going to roll that thing out for the press on December 2nd. What I can say without saying too much, I almost want to say it's like the B2 Part 2. If you're expecting something exotically different, right, in looks and things like that, you're not going to get that. All right.
Essentially, it's just a B2 with a facelift.
That's all. I've said all that I'm going to say. That's it. I can't say anymore. It's not cool. It's not. Okay, so check this out. All right. I will say, oh man, maybe I can't say this. I was on the phone with a friend and oh no, I can't say it. I'll get in trouble.
You feel like a Knights Templar, don't you?
Yeah. I you know what, man. The next thing you know, my power gets shut off. You know, some crazy thing.
Well, we don't want that to happen.
So, but yeah, 4 weeks. Today's the 3rd. It's December 2nd is what I've been told. So I'm pretty excited though. I'm pretty excited. Out here All right. This I can say. This is public knowledge. Lockheed's got their manufacturing buildings, right? And they're ginormous. Right next to the two big main plants. And they're big, man. You come over the hill into Palm. It's all you see. It's like, here's the 42? City. Here's
Plant
this.
42?
Here is, no, that's behind it. That's small. Here's the city of Palmdale, right? When you're coming off the freeway. This much of it is two buildings. It's that big. They're big, man. They're white. And you're like, holy crap. So anyway, right next to those two buildings is the paint booth. That's right. So they roll out and they go right across the road and they pull into the paint building. And that's the deal, man. And that's what people are driving. That's what you want to see. You want to see them rolling it, right? I guarantee you that happens at night. Okay.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. It's not. But anyway, that's so as these things get built, they're going to roll across the way. They're going to get painted and then fly out, go to Edwards for their flight testing. And then, wherever they go from there, McDill, Kansas City or something. I don't know. But December 2nd.
And by painting, you mean RAM, like the radar absorbent material?
Maybe.
Ooh.
Maybe. You see, I've got an invitation to go over to Lockheed. And by you doing what you're doing right now, they're going to take it back. They're going to go, we heard, man, you and Frank from Kentucky are just flapping away and giving up. And you think you're going to come in here and you're going to keep a secret, Mr. Church? No. And you can blame it on Frank from Fort Knox.
I know. We both live by sensitive places, don't we?
Yeah, exactly. Hey, Frank, enjoy your weekend, man. Thank you so much, my friend.
You too, brother. Go Beckley Tepe.
Go Beckley Tepe. That's a great phone call right there. I don't want to get in trouble. No, I just don't. And I'm just going to leave it there. Have I seen anything? You know what? No, I haven't. No. Haven't seen a thing. Nada. But I will December 2nd. This is Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. It's Thursday night. It's Fadernight. I'll be right back. Stay with us.
This is Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Radio Network.
Your 1 million gigawatt paranormal powerhouse, KUNX-DB, VX.
I'll be the host and MC once again this year for the 2023 Conscious Life Expo, February 10th through the 13th at the LAX Hilton in Los Angeles, California. This is a 4-day live event featuring hundreds of speakers, exhibitors, and not-to-miss special events. Check this out. Linda Moulton Howe, Bashar, Deborah King, Daniel Sheehan, George Norrie, David Wolf, Sean Stone, Danny Brinkley, Susan Slaughter, the Leo King, David Palmer, Scott Walter, and another 200 inspirational speakers. Special events include a disclosure lunch with me, Expo's Got Talent, hosted by me, a seance with Susan Slaughter, the George Norrie Forum, and the Leo King is going to DJ at a dance party. Over 200 exhibitors, over 200 speakers. It's the biggest event of the year. Tickets are on sale now at ConsciousLifeExpo.com. For everything you need, info, tickets, schedule, and speakers, please visit ConsciousLifeExpo.com. Go Beckley Tepe.
This is Billy Carson, founder and CEO of ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. ForbiddenKnowledge.tv is the fastest growing and one of the most watched networks in the world. And I would like to personally invite you to check out our expanding library of TV, film, lectures, and special presentations. ForbiddenKnowledge.tv has over 6,000 videos covering lost history, health, UFOs, spirituality, and our future. We are committed to our community, and with my personal invitation, you can right now get your own free 30-day membership at ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. Your own library of information starts today at ForbiddenKnowledge.tv.
Because you never got that pony you always wanted. Damn it. Jimmy Church and Fade to Black on the Game Changer Network.
Listen, I know, and you know, that you've always wanted your first crystal skull. Or maybe you're a collector just like me, but you just don't know where to go to find the real thing. Then I met Carolyn Ford over at EinsteinTheCrystalSkull.com. Carolyn is the guardian of Einstein, one of the most respected ancient crystal skulls in the world. All of her unique skulls have been imprinted sitting with Einstein in his sacred lodge and are carved from the finest gemstone and materials. Imprinting is the process of receiving the ancient wisdom from the master skull or master computer, Einstein, the ancient crystal skull. To see Carolyn's current collection of crystal skulls, just visit her store at EinsteinTheCrystalSkull.com or click on the banner over on our site. Don't forget to use the promo code Jimmy at checkout to receive 10% off of your order today. That's promo code Jimmy. Finding your first or next crystal skull is easy. Just visit EinsteinTheCrystalSkull.com.
Hello, I'm Katie, and you're listening to my main man, Jimmy Church, on JimmyChurchRadio.com.
Race Hobbs here, repping the X, and you're locked on to Fade to Black with my homie Jimmy Church. Powered by the Fadernight and the unxnetwork.com.
This is Toby Kebbell. You're listening to JimmyChurchRadio.com. Don't hurt me, Jimmy. I'm only little.
Hey, I'm Adrian Grenier. And this is Ari Gold. We're the Honey Brothers. We're of the Honey Brothers. Hey, I'm Adrian Grenier. And I'm Ari Gold. We're the Honey Brothers. And you're listening to Jimmy Church. The Revolution.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and you can become an official Fadernaut by just going to our membership section at JimmyChurchRadio.com.
Hello, this is Serena Wright Taylor from Conscious Life Expo, and you're listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church, who holds the Lucky Pony record for the best astrological chart since 1963. True story.
This is Micah Hanks of the Gralien Report, and you're listening to Jimmy Church on Fade to Black.
Welcome back, Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. What is cracking? It's Thursday night. It is Fader Night. 818-921-6929. 818-921-6929. Open lines all night long. I'll say that I don't want to blow the trust of the community out here. I just don't want to do that. And so, because I think it's pretty cool to be in such close proximity to one of the most sensitive locations on planet Earth, and that is that testing manufacturing facility that's down the street, and everything is there. NASA's there, Lockheed is there, Northrop Grumman's there, the Air Force is there. There's a few other companies that are based there, and you hear and see things all the time. That's it. You just don't flap your jaws. You just don't do it. Appreciate it. It's cool. Now, but here's something that goes on, and it goes on a lot, is engine testing. So if you drive, I think it's Avenue N, I think it is. It's O, N, N or O. No, I think it's N. M, N. Look on Google Maps. And so you drive and between Northrop Grumman, right, where this T-shirt is from, which is huge. It's got to be one of the biggest buildings in the world. It's just absolutely huge. Between that and Skunk Works, driving west, there is probably you can look on Google Maps, but there's probably a half a dozen engine testing things. So where you back up a plane, or I don't know, maybe an engine is on a flatbed or something, and there's this scoop that goes up, right? So you blast the engine against the scoop and the air, so you're not blasting the street or the parking lot and melting cars or whatever. And so you see those, and they're covered. They're covered. So if a plane is brought in there, some, whatever, you're not going to be able to photograph it or see it, with satellites and stuff like that. But anyway, that being said, you can hear it. And it's loud, man. And some of it is exotic. You can tell. Some of it's low rumbling. It's got a different tone to it. Some of it's very high pitched and whiny, weird. And you could hear the RPMs changing. You can hear the full throttle stuff, and you hear it all the time. And it's so loud, right? And you're looking around for a plane, and there's no plane. It's because they're testing. And this goes on a lot. I mean, this is a very common, like all day long, everyday kind of thing. And I love it. There has been a few times when I've heard this stuff firing up, and I've went and jumped right in the Jeep. But I'm not going to say, I'm not going to take it any further. But you can drive right up the road. You just got to respect. You got to respect the community here. All right. So there you go. All right. Let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling? You're live.
Hey, Jimmy, how's it going?
It's going good. How you doing?
Doing pretty well, man. Before I get on topic here, I just want to say thanks for everything you do, man. I haven't been listening to you very long, but I know you've been around for a while, and you've done a lot for the community, so really appreciate it, man.
Oh, that's cool. Thank you. What's your name?
Matthew, Android Purity in the chat here.
You're Matthew, who in the what?
Android Purity in the chat room.
Android Purity.
Yes, sir.
Okay. But otherwise, you can call me Matt, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I kind of like Android. It's kind of cool. So what's on your mind, Matt? What's going on?
So about 14, 15 years ago, I had an experience that it kind of boggles my mind. I want to pick your brain on it, see if you've had any researchers or anything like that sounds familiar. I used to think I knew what it was, but after so much stuff from Skinwalker Ranch and other stuff I've seen, it makes me question everything I've seen. About 15 years ago when I lived in my parents' house, I was just taking the dog out one night, just like a typical any other night, but it was, 3:30 at night. I stayed up pretty late. I worked evenings, and let my dog out, went out for a smoke. And as soon as I stepped outside the door, I lived in a suburban residential community. And as soon as I stepped out there, I heard some like footsteps back in the woods behind my house. And, immediately I thought, deer, burglars, something like that, out breaking into sheds. But my immediate concern was my dog, it's going to run after this thing. And so her ears perk up. She's looking over there. And these woods are just some thin woods, maybe an acre or two or so in between the two communities or so. Nothing extensive. And after about 5 or 6 footsteps, and they're stepping on leaves, like crunch, 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 clear as day. And as soon as the footsteps stop, this little tiny light appears. It's a white light. It's just outside my fence line, about, 20 yards from me, not very far at all. And it appears about 3 feet off the ground, and it starts getting bigger and bigger. And I'm thinking, oh, somebody with some LED flashlight. And as soon as it turns on, my dog sprints to the other edge of the deck to run towards it. I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna have to break up, fight. I hope this guy doesn't have a gun. And she starts sprinting towards it. It gets to like the size of a basketball, and I'm like, oh man, what is this guy with a lantern? And it flickers or sparkles, makes some like weird motion, and then all of a sudden it just rapidly deteriorates into nothingness. It's just gone, just disappears, like shrinks. It doesn't disappear, it shrinks down into nothingness. And then before she gets to the fence, and as she gets up on the fence on her hind legs, like within 5 feet of where it was at on the other side of the fence, and she's looking around like where did the thing go? And it's pitch dark, I can't see, so I wave my hand in front of the lights we have, motion sensor lights we had in the backyard, and it shines like right on that area. And there is nothing there. I heard nothing run away. And I was like, that was like my first major experience in my life. And I was just standing there in shock and awe, like, what just happened here? And, I've been out there thousands of times in my life, and never nothing like that happened ever there. And, I used to think, oh, this was a spirit, this was a ghost.
Right.
And, today I wonder because, everything I've seen with Skinwalker Ranch, things they saw lights and then things coming out of in and out of portals and stuff and running off into the woods. And I used to think it was the spirit of this. There was a Civil War lieutenant colonel who was found buried in our yard 5 months after this happened. His family was looking for him. His body was lost. Anybody can look him up. His name is Lieutenant Colonel Ephraim Anderson. I don't live in that neighborhood anymore, and his grave is still there. They put a marker there. Anybody can go there, take a look at it. And about 5 months after, I'm like, it must have been the spirit of this guy walking around back there. He had a church back there many years ago. He was a very prominent figure. And so I always thought it was a spirit. But after seeing Skinwalker Ranch and hearing about things coming out of lights, portals, and running off, it really made me wonder, was it something physical,
What do you, now that you've had time, right? Now that you've had time, what do you think? Now that body in the yard, right? That throws a twist into it for sure.
Yeah.
But what do you think? I mean, the light is interesting because, and you said it sparkled at some point, right?
Yeah, it got like the size of a basketball, and it kind of like flickered. And yeah, and then when it shrunk, you know how like in cartoons or in movies, like in, I don't know, like Star Wars or Star Trek, when something goes into hyperdrive and goes off in the distance, it kind of like does that little twirl right before it disappears. It kind of like did like that when it disappeared too.
Oh.
Yeah, and then and the weird thing about this light, looking back on it, I didn't realize it in the time, but after I was thinking on it the months afterwards, like I was thinking, that light, it didn't light up the woods around it. It was like the brightest white light I have ever seen in my life, but it had like a blue hueish glow to it. But it didn't light up things around it, despite being like the whitest light I've ever seen in my life. It just maybe lit up right underneath it.
Mm-hmm.
It was like the light was contained within its own dimension or something. It was the strangest thing.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. So this is my comment. It there's something that's conflicting here. All right, now just go with me on this.
Sure.
It sounds like technology. And when I say technology, I mean, this is technology, right? A flashlight with with a light bulb and electricity, right? And a battery. That's technology, right? As opposed to an oil lantern, right? A candle, for instance. That's not technology. It sounds like there's some technology involved. Right, that there's something a little more high tech than an oil lamp or a lantern. Some ghost with a lantern. What's the the headless horseman dude. You know what something like that,
Yeah.
right? Something vintage,
Yeah.
a vintage spirit, a vintage ghost. There's something more high tech, which would kind of, I guess, that would rule out the Confederate dude, right? So, you see what I'm saying? That they kind of conflict. So maybe it wasn't that the Confederate dude body, which is freaky just on its own, right there, man. I mean, that's a pretty cool part of the story, but they may not be connected. Maybe it was something else entirely. For it to disappear right in front of you, for it to just fit, that's pretty nuts, right? That you weren't able to, you know what I mean? You weren't able to see it. You weren't able to touch it, chase it. So that says, that it's paranormal, possibly in nature.
Right.
So yeah, that's a Class A experience right there. Kind of jealous,
and,
actually.
One thing I can say for sure is whatever it wasn't residual. It had intelligence. I think I had whatever it was, walked out on it. It was walking by.
Right.
And it was like, oh crap, this person just came out on me. I got to get out of here.
Right.
And that's when it stopped walking. And then that light started turning on, and I guess it was in the process of trying to get out of there. And my dog took off, and it saw my dog taking off, I guess. And as soon as my dog took off, that's when it kind of like flickered and then rapidly deteriorated down into nothing. Like it saw my dog coming or something. So it had awareness of its surroundings without a doubt.
Man, that's a great story. So what do you think after all these years? What do you think?
Well, like I said, I used to think it was a ghost, and I used to think, well, that light was maybe just like, if you flick a match, right, it makes fire, right? It's a chemical reaction. Maybe the spirit makes a chemical reaction when it jumps through dimensions. But then again, I guess the same thing could be said about, an alien or an ultra-terrestrial, when they jump between dimensions,
Mm-hmm.
So it's really, I'm really conflicted.
Yeah. That's a good one. I wish I would have been there with you. I mean, that's I mean, it could go either way, right? It could be just
and I'm glad my dog was there with me, because if she didn't see it with me, I'm not sure if I would have believed myself.
Matthew, thank you for the phone call, my friend, and don't be a stranger. Thanks. That's a good story.
All right.
It's a good experience. Thank you, man.
Appreciate it, Jimmy.
Have a great night. Go Beckley Tempe.
Go Beckley Tempe.
Yeah, right on. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. And just merely from Matthew's description, right? If you, a candle, a lantern, old school lantern, not a modern Coleman you pump up and compress gas and it's got that little wick on the inside and it glows, and no, not that. Talking about old school stuff, right? A torch, candle, some kind of lantern, oil thing. That is going to look like a flame. What he was describing to me when I say technology is something as simple as this. That's tech, right? And it sounds like something else. It doesn't sound like a flame. It doesn't sound old school. A vintage spirit. Possibly interdimensional. I like where he's going with that. The description of how it went away and it spiraled and then shrunk. Kind of. So as I'm listening to that, I was thinking Doctor Strange. Right? You know what I'm talking about, though. Doctor Strange sparkler, twirly thingy. But yeah, that seems high tech. Yeah, that's a pretty good. It's a pretty good sighting. Which, okay, so Going back, real quick, I'll get back to the phone calls in a second. Going back to my UFO video. Do I have time? Can I play it? I guess I can play it. Hang on for a second. Let me pull this up. What's the easiest way? Oh. You just stay right there, you beautiful people. You just stay right there. Let me go. I'm going to pull this up, and because I can, and I'm just going to say this, because I can do this on I can actually upload the video. So let me do this, and then I can stop it and start it, and it will be easier to control. Okay, so if I go here, this is great, man. I just love the ability to do this now. I've got some additional features that I'm able to use. And of course now, and it's here, and what's it called? Okay. And I go here, and then I go here, and then watch this. I just uploaded right into. Okay, so here is the video, and I'm gonna mute this for now. What Matthew was describing, right? And Donna was talking earlier today. So this is, from the second story of my house. And right there, you can see the first one pop up right there. And there's another one right in front of it. Just appears. Now, look at this. See how they're going behind. This one's bright. This one's kind of dim. But you see how they just appeared, right? They don't come in. They're not coming in and moving across. They just appear. Now, just keep watching. And tell me if this isn't like some kind of portal situation. All right. Now just keep looking right in the center of the screen. Just right in the center. You're going to just see this just go nuts here in a second. And there it is. Just appeared. You see that? Now watch it. Watch how bright it gets. And this one dims out. Okay. Look, now another one right in the same spot. See how bright it gets? All right. And it moves across. Is this a portal? See, another one just appeared. Right there. It appears. And then it gets bright. And you can see it, move across. Now keep watching. Some will be up above. There's one up above. It's a little dimmer. And just keep watching. There's one below. There's one above. Right there at the same time. You see that? Now, that's like 6 in like 20 seconds. Look how bright that got, right? And you can see it fly, and see it goes dim, and then it goes behind the tree. It's like this. Now, just keep watching, and they just appear. They just continue like this for the next 8 or 9 minutes. Now, I had already been watching it for 5 minutes before I ran and got my camera. And I cannot see, just another one just appeared. Kind of in the same spot, a little higher, a little lower. You can see how bright this one's getting. And is this a portal? I don't know. I don't know what it is, but, and this is me struggling with camera. There's another one right there. All right. And he goes behind the tree. And is this, and I kept looking to see where they were coming from the west. You can't. They just appear. They just keep appearing and appearing and appearing. Some high, some low. Sometimes there's 3, 4, and you can see them. A couple of them. See how low that one is? It just appears. And a few of these get really, like right there, get really, really bright. Look at that. Look at that. right behind the tree, and you can see it a little bit. And there's another one just popped up. Is this a port? Is there something going on? Now, that's way out in the desert. There's another one right behind it, right there. You can see it. You see it? It's just, this is an unbroken, unedited video. This is just straight, and they don't continue on past the tree. Edwards Air Force Base is way to the right, about 10 miles. So, that wouldn't make any sense. But anyway, is it a portal? That's technology to me. That's a very strange, Oh, somebody just said Starlink. No. This is up, above, below, 3 at a time, on top of each other, stacked on top of each other. Starlink doesn't light up like that. Starlink didn't launch during this period. And again, they're all over the sky. Some are high, some are a little bit lower. Starlink doesn't do that. I've seen Starlink a few times now, and I can assure you that ain't Starlink. It could be a lot of things, but that's one thing it's not. It is not Starlink. Let me see how much video is left. Oh, there's quite a bit. Like I said, this is a pretty long video. There's a spot in here, and let's see if I can stretch this out for about another minute. You see where that one just lit up? Oh, no, it was kind of strange. 2 or 3. See that flash behind the tree, right? And you see that there's one up on top now. It's all very, very, very strange. But when you see this one spot coming up, and it's towards, I'll be in commercial break. I can play this later on tonight during the show. But anyway, when these things start lighting up behind the trees, Starlink's no. It's definitely not what it is. Could it be, military dogfighting? 4 or 5 Top Gun dudes out there, dogfighting and chasing each other around the desert at 1 o'clock in the morning. You see that? You can see that's flying behind the, that's how bright it is. Could it be that? Sure, it could. It's the way that they are just appearing in the sky and how they light up like that. It's not like the planes are flying towards you and you're looking at the lights. It's landing lights or something. No, that's not what it is. They're flying this way and lighting up. And having 3 or 4 appear at the same time look at that one just lit up behind the tree. Look at that. I don't know. It's fascinating to me. I got to take a break. This is Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. It's Thursday night. It is Fadernight. It is open lines all night long. All right. 818-921-6929. 818-921-6929. More of your phone calls when we come back after the short break. Stay with us.
Way out here, we listen to Jimmy Church.
You're listening to Fade to Black.
You're listening to Jimmy Church and Fade to Black on the X.
¿Qué tal, mis amigos? Yo soy Mario Carson, el tiburón, y los invito para que escuchen a mi buen amigo Jimmy Church Radio. ¡Claro que sí!
The Believer is the chilling true story of Dr. John Mack, a renowned Harvard psychiatrist and Pulitzer Prize winner.
This is an outreach program from the cosmos to the consciously impaired.
He risked it all to investigate human encounters with aliens. The Believer, Alien Encounters, Hard Science, and the Passion of John Mack. Written by award-winning former New York Times journalist and author Ralph Blumenthal. Now available in paperback from High Road Books.
Introducing the Game Changer blend from River Moon Coffee that delivers a customized blend made specifically for the Fadernauts. If the game is rigged, change the game. It's a bolder cup with some bite. Game Changer is the coffee of choice for those that prefer an organic dark roast that is slightly lighter and milder, but it's still dark. With wild notes of pecans and chocolate with a rich, balanced, full-bodied cup that is roasted to perfection for a great coffee to start your day, as an after-dinner coffee or anywhere in between. Artisan, small batch roasted to perfection. USDA certified organic, all River Moon coffee is freshly roasted and packaged in the USA. Just go to rivermooncoffee.com or click on the banners over on our site and use the promo code F2BBLEND for 15% off of your order today. rivermooncoffee.com. Do you want to be an official Fadernaut? Of course you do. This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black. Just go to our membership section at jimmychurchradio.com. Fadernauts, when you think about the future of our country and where we're headed, do you wonder about the food supply? I do. Disruptions in the food supply chain could be disastrous, and they usually occur with little warning. That's why the smartest thing you can do today is to stockpile emergency food, water, and other essentials. I personally recommend My Patriot Supply. They're the nation's largest emergency preparedness company, serving millions of customers for more than a decade. In fact, they're the only source my family trusts for our preparedness plan. You should too. Right now, save 20% off a full 4-week supply of delicious meals that provide 2,000 calories a day. Saving 20% helps too, doesn't it? Especially now. So go to preparewithjimmy.com and get ready. That's preparewithjimmy.com. There's no time to lose. Do it now.
So, you love talk radio? Then you'll love TalkStreamLive.com. TalkStream Live is always on, 24/7 with the best streaming talk shows. Find your favorite talkers and discover some new ones. It's free, readily available online or on mobile with any smartphone or tablet. Finding your favorite talk shows all in one place has gotten a whole lot easier. Just go to TalkStreamLive.com. Be sure to download the free apps from Google Play or the iTunes App Store.
You listen to us, and we listen to you. And so does the CIA.
Hi, I'm Ray Sobbs, and I'm here to tell you about something I really think you're going to like. The UnX Network is a part of a larger group called UnX Media, and one of the things we offer is the quarterly UnX magazine, which is available both in print and digital formats. This amazing magazine covers all aspects of the unexplained and makes for a great coffee table periodical that is certain to spark enlightening conversations in your living rooms. We invite you to check out the latest digital issue for free. Just go to unxnetwork.com/membership and fill out your free membership with your name and email and become a new free member. The new summer issue is now available, and the theme is Time Anomalies, which includes a feature article written by our managing editor, Lee Spiegel. Just go to unxnetwork.com/memberships. That's unxnetwork.com/memberships and get your free e-copy of the UnX magazine today.
You are listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Network.
Oi, oi, I'm Reese Evans. You're listening to Jimmy Church. This is Revolution. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution is on radio. Ciao.
Welcome back. Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. Tonight's Thursday night's Fader Nights. Open lines all night long. 818-921-6929. All right, I'm watching the debate, or the conversation, I should say, that's going on in the chat room and also over on Twitter about the video that I posted today. And look, I can't stress this enough. I listen to aircraft. I see aircraft. I know my aircraft. I see them all day, all night, everything, all type, everything, all the time. All right. This you can hear in the video nothing. All right. That's the first thing. Second, you couldn't see this with the naked eye. All right. Only with night vision. From my house, and you can ask anybody that's been to my house. Okay, I'm in the middle of the desert, and you can sit out, and you've got unobstructed view, all except for the house behind you. But you can hear and see aircraft, great distances, not a problem. All right, this zero. Now through night vision, they look sort of close, maybe 5 miles away or something. And if that was the case, and those were just whatever flying around and chasing it, you would hear it. You would see it. You would see flashing lights. You would see this. You would say it would look like aircraft. That's not what was happening here. Okay. And this was only visible with night vision, and you can hear the dead, utter silence in the video. I'm whispering in the video because I don't want my neighbors to know that I'm out there. Okay, there's a UFO north of I can't do that. It's too quiet. You can hear everything. It's silent, and these things are just doing their thing out there. So yeah, no Starlink, no, man. I've counted. Starlink's going across. I've counted 60, 70 of them in a row, very evenly spaced, and they're just in a line and they're moving across and they're doing this ain't doing that. This is a whole nother thing. So I don't know why they are just appearing and then moving across. Some are lighting up, some aren't. I don't know. Doesn't make any sense. The whole thing is just weird. Yeah, a couple of them light up behind the tree. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know. I just don't think it was conventional craft. Could it be something else? Could it be drones? Could it be, way out there, way past Edwards is the Mojave, what do they call that? The Mojave Test Flight Center where Virgin Galactic is, and Paul Allen's got, what does he call that thing? The Strato something. All of that's going to composite, whatever. All of those companies are out there testing stuff, missiles and other things too as well. But that's way out there. And again, it's out and to the east a long ways. This is directly north. And you can look at Palmdale, Lancaster, Palmdale. Just look north. There's nothing there. Mountains and desert. Nothing out there. Nothing. The Mojave Test Flight Center, way east. Dude, that's way east, man. 20, 25 miles in the other direction. This is a very specific point, very narrow, going north. And you can see I'm not even moving the camera, I'm just holding it in one spot. It's a very narrow slice of the sky catching this stuff. So I don't know. It's a great video, though. Caught my attention. With that, let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling? You're live.
Hey.
Yes.
How's it going, Jimmy?
Who's this?
It's Christian calling from Minnesota. Yeah, man. So I just wanted to say a couple things that have been on my mind lately with the UFO topic. I was kind of disappointed on Friday. It was my birthday that day, and I fucking read sorry, I can't. My bad for cursing, but I read the New York article, and it bothered me because it's like I feel like the government's been busted. Like, you guys have lied. There's no way that you can tell me that this object is because of the lens that it's a classified that makes it look. It was just so ridiculous and so embarrassing, you know. And there's nothing worse than when a person is busted and they keep lying. So I was pretty disappointed about that. But then I've been down this rabbit hole lately after seeing Moment of Contact with James Fox.
Yep.
Because the Men in Black there, and been doing like I just started like in researching this stuff, right? And you don't hear much about them anymore. But like, I don't know what I think their strength in you know, when there's a lot of people having similar experiences. But it turns out these guys are super weird, and they make credible cases especially when there's like creatures or crashes. They show up and they're super strange, and it's almost like they're not like human. And some people think it's like a black program. Other people think they're like aliens and stuff. And yeah, I don't know. I've just been thinking about that, and I'm like, man, I wonder if those guys are still around, and if they're like powerful enough to get to, you know, like Congress or NASA or DOD. I don't know. That's just been what's been on my mind lately.
Okay, but what do you think is going on?
I don't know. Well, I think obviously there's a battle. Okay, I think there's a battle. I think there's people that don't want this out, and people like I think it's a lot of normal people, like not any weird stuff, like just people in the Pentagon. That it's going to be a mess. It's going to be worse than MK Ultra when this comes out. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to be a scandal, and so I think there's a battle there. But at the same time, like, I don't know, because it just seems like NASA, for example, they were like, I read an article a little bit ago. It's like, we're going full force, and it's like they mentioned how they said like this object that like accelerated really fast, and it looked good, you know, that article. And now they're like, I doubt that would find space. You know, I don't know. It just seems like there's a pushback, and like there's something going on. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I'm not an insider. I wish I knew what was going on, but there seems like there's something to like. Yeah, you know, you see it too, right? Like that, especially in the last week.
Here's the thing, Christian. Here's the thing. It seems strange to me that suddenly, and we never had this before, certainly not publicly, but it seems strange to me that all of a sudden the CIA, the NSA, the NRO, the Army, Air Force, Navy, Marines, Coast Guard, commercial pilots, the White House, Congress, the Senate, that every branch of anything in the Pentagon, that everybody has got an interest in the subject all of a sudden. Now, there is a reason for that. Right? Very publicly, stuff is going on. And you have to ask yourself, why? I think that's
right.
The most important view of all of this. And then, and I haven't even mentioned the media. I haven't mentioned Fox or Tucker Carlson. I haven't done that. MSNBC, CNN, BBC. I haven't mentioned that. You know, your local news. All of the newspapers. There is, you just mentioned the article in the New York Times on Friday. The Wall Street Journal wrote their own piece on Monday. And the Wall Street Journal piece, I remember I was talking to Linda Moulton Howe. And I said, did you see the Wall Street Journal piece? And she said, no, I haven't seen it yet. And I emailed it to her. She said, well, what did it say? I said, well, check out the email. Just go and read it for yourself. But the point is, we've got everybody. It doesn't matter. It's the media. It's the print media. It's television. It's the Pentagon. It's every intelligence agency, the White House, the Senate, Capitol Hill, Washington, D.C. Everybody has got a horse in this race. And you have to ask yourself, why? It's never been like this before. And as a matter of fact, it's all been denial before. And now everybody says, there's something going on. We don't know what it is, but we're going to find out. How can everybody say that at the same time? Very, very interesting. Everybody, this is the deal, Christian. They're all saying there's something happening. They're all saying that. Isn't that interesting? Now, us, this community, certainly myself, we've all known this. We've all seen things. I just posted that video today, right? That's crazy. I think somebody out there would have some interest in this. I'll say this. I was just out to dinner with Avi Loeb, and he's a very smart guy, and we all respect Avi. Sitting at the dinner table, I take out my cell phone, and I show him that video. Avi goes, that's pretty interesting. Where was this? And then, and I'll quote Avi. I'll quote him right now. He goes, I think I need to send some equipment out to your house. Is this going? I said, man, this kind of stuff happens all the time.
Yeah.
And why now? Why now? And I just mentioned the media and Washington and the Pentagon and intelligence agencies. Just mentioned all of that. How about Harvard? How about Avi Loeb? And this sudden thing that is happening all at the same time. So now the rumors, I agree with you. I think that the New York Times article was at one part sobering, right? And the other part, it was just full of crap. Because you're totally speculating, total speculation, total opinion piece. It's not based on fact. It's not based on anything. Nobody's read any reports. Nobody from the Wall Street Journal has had access to this report in advance, or anybody else. I read there's another article that was released today. It might have been. I have it here. I have to go back and look. Stating that, I think it was Reuters, actually, stating that they've spoken on off the record to members of the Pentagon that have read the report. And I thought, wow, okay, now here we are. We're going with anonymous sources right before this report gets released. So that's somebody leaking information or spreading misinformation or disinformation ahead of the release of this report. So I don't put any weight behind that. We're going to have to wait for this report to come out to see what it is. But to suggest over and over again that, and I read it today, right there from Reuters, weather balloons. I'm like, really? Are they really going weather balloons? And they are. This is from anonymous sources at the Pentagon, saying that Chinese drones and surveillance technology or weather balloons. And I'm not kidding.
So bad.
I'm just,
you're going to let them in your airspace, the U.S. military airspace, and you're not going to do anything? That's worse. That's worse.
100% worse. What would you rather, Christian? What would you rather have a problem with? Aliens or the Chinese flying in U.S. airspace? Right? The Chinese would scare the crap out of me. I'd much rather have this be aliens, man. I really do.
Yeah. I'll say one thing, man. One thing that they didn't have in 1969 or Project Blue Book days was the internet. And we got Twitter, dude. And we got an army of people like that. We're not going to put up with this, And like I was going through the comments of the New York, like that. It was just, man, like it was awesome to see the comments, and I just don't think they can get away. They can't get away with that anymore. You know what I mean? Like they might have in the 60s, but that's not going to happen today. Everybody's got phones. There's so many videos of UAPs and or UFO. Like, you know, there's you can't. It's over. It's over. It's like, just, you know.
Christian,
I don't
have
know.
you seen the video that I posted today?
Like, literally, I just called and I haven't, but I will check it out.
Okay, go watch that video. Share it. Okay, comment and share it and post it, because let me tell you something. You watch that video. All right, that's UFOs. That's UAPs, in my opinion. But I don't know if it's alien or not. That part. But it's a crazy video. Here's the deal. That is in the United States, Southern California, the Mojave Desert. That is not Chinese. I can assure you of that. Maybe it's us. I'm cool with that. It's a great video. It's a fun video. It's worthy of debate. I want everybody to check it out. It's absolutely nuts. You see 30 or 40 objects in 9 minutes appearing in one spot in the sky and moving around. It's nuts. It's a crazy video. But that ain't, somebody at the Pentagon tell me that that's Chinese. And if that's Chinese, we're in a world of hurt. We got big problems. So that's not Chinese.
Right.
It's simply not. That can be geolocated. You can go back. I shot it at 1 a.m. in the morning on August 15th in the morning, 1 a.m. That means you can go back and look at radar data. You can look at flight aware. You can go and access. And I'll do it. I didn't realize until today that it was August. I said August 14th, 1 a.m. I believe it was August 15th, 1 a.m. I also said it was 2023 in the video. It's clearly not 2023. But you can go look at flight aware. Let's see what was flying around in the skies right there north of Palmdale, and get some answers, because I got the video that proves something was in the sky. A lot of things were in the sky. So there you go. Hey, Christian, give me a call after this report comes out. We'll talk next week. All right?
Take care.
Have a good night. Go back to Tappy.
All right, buddy. Bye.
Have a good night. Yeah, and that's one of my favorite things about this video. It's time stamped. It's date stamped. It's location stamped. And it's right there. So there's a lot of smart people out there, and there's ways to access flight schedules and paths of aircraft. You can go back and I'm going to see if I can do it, but maybe have to have access or subscribe to certain air traffic programs for that. I don't know. I'm going to find out, though. And if you have access to anything like that, go and check it out. All right. All I can tell you is, with the direction, my house is east, west, north, south. Spot on. It doesn't, it's like within a degree of north, south, east, west. And I am facing directly north. All right. Directly east of this shot is Lockheed. Northeast, 10 miles, is Edwards Air Force Base. It's way off in the distance. The Mojave Test Flight Center, that's way out there. That's 40 miles north and 20 miles east. It's way. This is a very narrow, very fixed area of the night sky. All right. You can go right up the 14 freeway and just keep going. Actually, the 14 goes east. You would have to just stay north on 10th Street West, whatever that turns into, as you get up to Rosamond. I have no idea, but there's nothing out there. Nothing out there. So I don't know. I got to take a quick break here. If you're on hold, stay right there. I'll be getting to calls right after the break. It's just a very, very interesting video. This is the end of the video right here. And this is the last minute or so. Watch. You see that? You see that light up? Oh, and that's the end of the video. So what I wanted to show you was right here. This is the last minute or so. You see it? See that light up right there? It just, for no reason, right there. You see? That is the end. All right. Fade to black. If you want to see the video, just go to my YouTube channel. It's right there. It's called UFOs over Palmdale. That's the name of the video. It's 9 minutes long. And I want everybody's comments. And again, I'm going to stress, if you have access to an air traffic program, flight data, flight aware, whatever these different programs are called, and you can plug in 1 a.m. on August 15th. I believe that's what it was. August 15th, 1 a.m., 2022. 5 miles north of Palmdale. 10 miles, maybe? I'm guessing. I don't know. But was there a bunch of stuff buzzing around in the sky? That's all I want to know. All right. This is Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. It's Thursday night. It's Fadernight. Open lines all night long. More of your phone calls are next. 818-921-6929. I'll be right back.
Hi everybody, this is Rob Halford, the Metal Guard on JimmyChurchRadio.com.
Your 1 million gigawatt paranormal powerhouse, KUNX-DB, VX.
The Believer is the chilling true story of Dr. John Mack, a renowned Harvard psychiatrist and Pulitzer Prize winner.
This is an outreach program from the cosmos to the consciously impaired.
He risked it all to investigate human encounters with aliens. The Believer, Alien Encounters, Hard Science, and the Passion of John Mack. Written by award-winning former New York Times journalist and author Ralph Blumenthal. Now available in paperback from High Road Books.
Are you ready to read about true paranormal events? UNX Media publishes nonfiction books about UFOs, ghosts and haunted places, time anomalies, cryptid creatures, and more. Just like KUNX-DB Radio, it's all about unexplained phenomena. Visit www.unxmedia.com to see our list of great book titles by Debbie Ziegelmeyer, Gene Walker, Devin Listrom, Wayne Lawrence, Bill Spicer, and yours truly, Margie Kay. That's unxmedia.com.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and I only drink Fade to Black blend coffee from River Moon. Just click on the River Moon Coffee banner at JimmyChurchRadio.com. Promo code F2B Blend.
This is the only way forward.
This is Fade to Black. Make contact.
Ray Hobbs here, repping the X, and you're locked on to Fade to Black with my homie Jimmy Church. Powered by the Fadernight and the unxnetwork.com.
I'll be the host and MC once again this year for the 2023 Conscious Life Expo, February 10th through the 13th at the LAX Hilton in Los Angeles, California. This is a 4-day live event featuring hundreds of speakers, exhibitors, and not-to-miss special events. Check this out. Linda Moulton Howe, Bashar, Deborah King, Daniel Sheehan, George Norrie, David Wolf, Sean Stone, Danny Brinkley, Susan Slaughter, the Leo King, David Palmer, Scott Walter, and another 200 inspirational speakers. Special events include a disclosure lunch with me, Expo's Got Talent, hosted by me, a seance with Susan Slaughter, the George Norrie Forum, and the Leo King is going to DJ at a dance party. Over 200 exhibitors, over 200 speakers. It's the biggest event of the year. Tickets are on sale now at ConsciousLifeExpo.com. For everything you need, info, tickets, schedule, and speakers, please visit ConsciousLifeExpo.com. Go back, Lee Tappy. When you take the beans from Central America with dashes of Indonesian and African mixed in and then roast it to the dark side of Fade to Black, you create the ultimate brew of fringe. Introducing the Fade to Black blend from Rivermoon Coffee. Yes, Rivermoon's darkest customized roast was created for the love of Fade to Black. The alchemy of masterful roasting and smoking the beans is in every sip of this full-bodied, dark Java. I need my coffee dark, deep, with distinct bittersweet chocolate highlights, just like the bunker. Leaning further into the darkness of the roast is Fade to Black blend from Rivermoon Coffee. Just click on the banner at jimmychurchradio.com and use the promo code F2BBLEND for 15% off of your order today.
You want to know a secret? I love ponies. I really love ponies. I'm serious. I couldn't stay sane without ponies to brush.
Why Fade to Black? Because you never got that pony, damn it.
This is Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Radio Network.
Welcome back. Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. I don't know what Zenzaville's talking about. He says there's a meteor. I don't see it. I don't see it, Bill. I don't see it. I tried. He says it's on the left-hand side. I don't know. I don't see it. I just watched most of the video again during the commercial break looking for Bill's meteor. He says it's there. But anyway, watching this, it's fascinating to me. I don't know what's going on. I don't. You can check out the video right there on my YouTube channel. It's called UFOs over Palmdale. I can't explain it. I don't know what it is, but I think that the whole incident was about probably 15 or 20 minutes long. I probably watched it for 5 minutes before I realized it was continuing, and I ran in and got my cell phone. There's a bunch of the video while all of that is going on. I'm struggling, trying to get, so that was rough. It's hard. It's hard. Thank goodness that this entire incident lasted for as long as it did, and I was able to stabilize the phone long enough. By the way, so I'm sitting there in a chair, my elbow down, and trying to keep everything still and stabilized, holding the phone up and holding the binoculars, which aren't light. And I'm telling you, man, after 15 minutes of that, I was like, man, I can't hold on to this any longer. So, but right when I just decided to take a rest, it stopped. It stopped right after that. So there was nothing to video after that. So Jimmy, drive 14 north to Avenue G, go west 1.5 miles, go to Apollo Park. Hidden behind an industrial building, you will find an airport ammo depot and a large lake. Oh, yeah. Oh, I've been out there. That's a pretty trippy place. Small little private with single strip, tiny airport. And then on the back, that's from Doubleday. At the back of the airport, there's this, and I'm going to put this in air quotes, an airplane museum. And I went out there and I couldn't get through. It was all chain padlocked up and stuff. And I was looking through the fence. Yeah, I went out there. Tiny little airstrip. I didn't even think I saw any planes out there. But yeah, very, very cool. Good spot to film a movie or something. Very cool. Yeah, I've been out there Doubleday. Very neat. So you're in the area. 14 North to Avenue G. Yeah. So out here, it's very interesting. It's ABC all the way through. the letters of the alphabet, right? And so all of the streets go in order that go east-west. And then everything north-south is numbered. So you have letters this way, north-south, and then everything going east-west is numbered. And so everything west of the 14 is west, right? So you have 10 west and 10 east, right? That are running on both sides of the freeway, and then numbered go east and west both sides. So it's very easy to navigate around here. So who posted this? Let me back up. That was from Doubleday. She, I don't know, is from the area. Yeah. To give those directions. That's pretty cool. Thank you for that. Let's go back to the phones. It's Thursday night. It's Fader night. 818-921-6929. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hey, this is Alan in Salt Lake City.
Alan in Salt Lake City. A-L-L-E-N or A-L-A-N?
Yeah. The latter, actually.
Okay. A-L-A-N?
Yes.
Okay, there you go. You get asked that all the time, don't you?
Yeah.
Salt Lake City. So what's going on, Alan? What's on your mind?
I was just wondering if you saw that BBC story this week about the new evidence of advanced, certainly stone crafting civilizations in the Azores. And, just after, in high school, you learn about the Greeks, Aztecs, and then now lately it's like all this LiDAR detected under forest overgrowth mine and, all this stuff going on. Like do you think we've discovered 80% of all the stuff, or are we just at the tip of the iceberg?
Yeah. Isn't that interesting, right? Where the ability to look through a tree canopy, a jungle canopy, a forest canopy, sand as well, right? And to see stuff that has been overtaken by nature, right?
It's incredible.
It's mind blowing. The BBC stuff, which I did see, by the way. I think that the Azores is going to that could swing either direction. It's either going to, first off, blow the lid off of who was sailing that far into the Atlantic from Portugal and Spain, and
certainly,
from the west side of Europe, or maybe even out of Gibraltar, right, and the Mediterranean.
Mm-hmm.
Predating Columbus, and could it go back to the Vikings? Could it be before that? Could it be the Phoenicians? Jeez. That would tip over history in of itself. But what if it's something? Yeah, but what if it's something altogether different? What if it's like really old? Right? They have
yes.
There is evidence in the Azores, and I'm sure that you know this by now, that there's a port there that's underwater, right? There's a dock that's there. Now, wait a minute. It's one thing to accept the possibility of some ship sailing out of Portugal or Spain out into the Atlantic to see how far they can go.
But to have infrastructure.
Right. And it's a whole nother thing to have a dock, right? That right there. That's a trippy, and they're just in denial about this. There's no way this is a natural formation. I don't think so. And the other part, the cave, right, on the side of the mountain, that when there are debunkers out there that say that that's a natural arch. It's not natural. That's a man-made entrance.
That is engineered.
That's engineered. There's no question about it. And the problem with it, Alan, and this is what sucks. All right, but I'm just going to call it what it is. If it was Egypt, you got money, right? You got some foundation that's going to dump in money and sends a team of archaeologists out, from some university somewhere, or universities, right? Plural. But it's the Azores, right? And so they don't get the attention that they should. this is potentially a historical game-changing situation in the Azores. Nothing. It's like it's a blip on the radar. The only thing that explains that away, do you realize that the only person researching that is a teacher at the university there doing his own funding, going up and checking this out? Nobody's supporting him, right? And he's been doing this by himself for 15 years with no support of any government, not even the Azores. They don't give a crap. It's weird. Why do you think that is?
I don't know. Sometimes I wonder if it's money or if there's other forces at hand that kind of want to keep things the way they are and don't look over there, nothing to see here, kind of stuff going on. But thank you, Jimmy. I just wanted to get your take on that, and I'll just go on mute here and listen to the rest of the show.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Alan. Great phone call. Here's and going on with what Alan was talking about is that they're in two specific locations. This is happening right now. One, Central America. All right, so they've been doing overflights from Belize, Honduras, Guatemala, parts of Costa Rica, through that area, thousands of square miles, right? And they found, I think the number was 15,000 miles of roads. Now, think about what I just said. 15,000 miles. They called it a highway system, apparently built by the Mayans. Completely overtaken by the jungle. Can't see it. No. And now with LIDAR and these ground penetrating, vegetation penetrating radars, where you can see through this and get to the ground below and check out the topography, they found 15,000 miles of highway that nobody knew about. There are cities. Now, sure, you could say pyramids, buildings, structures, organized cities and downtown areas that have been completely overgrown. You can't see them. And so now with LIDAR, so they're building a new highway right now, this road network. And I talked about it a couple of months ago on Fade to Black. They had to stop. Going in because they're digging up, they got graders and they're leveling out the road, paving. They're finding structures, Mayan structures, artifacts. They have to stop. And that they didn't know. They're cutting trees down. They're, building this infrastructure. And they had to stop. They did not know. And this is happening all over the place. So you have no idea. The jungle, now, everybody knows I lived, in Panama for a couple of years, few years. And I'm here to tell you, man, I've seen it. The jungle is so thick. Machete, right? It just trying to go a couple of feet takes you hours. The growth, how quickly and what the jungle is, right? Now, if you have a building out there, and I've seen it, man. I lived in this little town called Cocoli. And you can look up, it's Cocoli, like you would C-O-C-O-L-I, Cocoli, out on the west side of the Panama Canal, in the middle of the jungle. Look at it on Google Earth, you'll trip out. And so Cocoli was surrounded on all sides by jungle. We lived in the backside of Coakley and one of the last houses there. But I was able to, when I first got there too, because we were isolated out there. I didn't have any friends or anything that lived that far out into the jungle like we did. But I had a bike. I had a 10-speed bike. And I would ride this thing. I would go over to the Miraflores locks. I'd ride around Coakley and things. And I found buildings that were built in the last, at that time, 1970, was probably built in the 1940s, 30 years before, overtaken by jungle. It's overgrown. Now, if you've got a pyramid complex or you've got, some stone Mayan thing out there in the jungle for the last 500 years, you would never know it was there. You'd have to get to it first. You'd have to know it was there to get to it. But everything, it's overgrown, and that's what the jungle does. And today, we're able to see through all of this, and now we clearly understand that the Mayan civilization was ginormous. It was huge. It was complete. It was upright. It was functional, and they built 15,000 miles of roads, and it was called a highway system. So that's there. That's in Central America. That's being investigated right now, and the research is ongoing. Another place that they're doing it, Egypt. So they're doing overflights right now with LiDAR. They're looking through the sand. They're finding all kinds of things. And buried under the sand. And there's no way when nature comes in, for a couple of thousand years, whatever, blowing sands across the desert, I don't know how many hundreds of feet of sand are now burying some of these things, but that's what's going on. And all you see is sand dunes, and you have no idea what's underneath it. Today, Alan, I want to thank you for reminding me of this. Today I was on Christina Gomez's show, and I showed 3 videos and of the Serapeum. And what was interesting for me about the Serapeum is that here you have, when you're above ground, over here's the step pyramid, right? It's just majestic, man. It's big. It's right here, and so it's got a big temple complex around it, and it's giant. It's huge. It's huge. It just takes forever to walk and check out. So after we were done with that, they tell us that we're going to go to the Serapeum. So Billy and I and Elizabeth and Jimmy, our guide, we take off and we walk out on this sand road. And we out over this hill, come around the corner, and it's desert. It's desert. It's just sand for this umpteen miles in every direction, flat. And we round the corner and then down the hill, and there's the entrance to the Serapeum. Underground, under sand, under this. Now, and so when you're standing, I could show the video. Maybe I will. The entrance, as you look down, let me pull this video up here, and here it is. Okay. All right, let me pause this, baby. Okay. So you look, and the doorway is down here. I'm gonna add this video.
We are entering the Serapeum.
I'm gonna pause this. Let me back this thing up. Okay, let's see if I can back it up, and you can get a view of. Okay, that's the doorway. That's the entrance to the Serapeum. Look at the level of the sand. Right? That's the desert floor. There's a wall here and there's a wall here, protective thing to protect, the doorway. That's the entrance. And you go down these stairs, down, 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 down. When you're walking up to the Serapeum, back to Alan's point, you're walking, it's nothing but desert sand. Right? And you walk through that doorway and you look, I'm going to roll the video here, and you look, it's like the size of a shopping mall. This is thousands of years old, under the desert. So I'm going to fast forward this. Let me fast forward this. And as we come down, okay, boom. Let's go past this. There's a little interview here. Let me go past this. Okay, that's Jimmy, our guide. Let's get in the building here, or in this complex. And just look at the size of this. This is under the Sahara Desert. Now, just check this out. Tell me this just isn't the most mind-blowing thing you've ever seen in your life. So we enter. This is underground. We continue down steps. Down, down, down. We turn left. Down, down. Look at that. This is in the desert. And unless you knew that doorway was there, they didn't find this until 1850. This was not discovered again for 3,000 years. 3,000 years. Look at this. And this is it. Now, as we come in here, there's one of the first of many, many, many stone granite boxes. That's about 10 feet wide. That's about 20 feet long, weighs 100 tons. It looks small here. You can walk underneath it. It's ginormous. Look at my face. I'm just like, what? Anyway, look at this hallway, right? And there's another hallway to my left. It goes back. And this is you cannot see this from above ground. You can't. I had no idea it was there. We're at the bent pyramid. Over the hill, over the sand, over in this direction is that doorway underneath. And it was buried by the sands of time and rediscovered. And now, as this is the end of the video here, the hallways, just hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of yards in both directions. There's a photograph a drawing that was made in 1870 and 1874. And this is it right here. I'm gonna show this to you before the break. Now check this out. If this isn't the most insane thing you've ever seen in your life, Alan, I want to thank you for reminding me of this. Okay? You ready? This is 1874. The video that I just showed you, I walked down these steps right here. Okay? And I walked forward and I saw this stone box. That's in the video. This right here, these are the steps that I came down. Now, look at these two dudes right here. 2 6-foot tall guys. Look at the ceiling. Look at the size of this. Look as it goes back. They've got candles. Look, they've got candles on little tripods that go all the way back. That is under sand dunes. You do not see this from the surface. You would never know. And after, so I walk all the way to the end of one tunnel. I come back and I zigzag around. I've got plenty of video of all of this. And I'm walking around and I'm shooting all this video and tunnel after tunnel, the ginormous, the size, the arches, the things. And it's huge. You walk back up those stairs and you go back out to the desert and you turn around and you look and you're trying to picture that complex that is under the ground, these tunnels that are going forever in both directions with these giant sarcophagus, just huge. I can't, and I keep trying to stress with everybody the size of these boxes, and people don't get it. They simply don't understand. what I am saying here. You just don't get it. You don't. And so here, I'm gonna go all the way to the end of this video. Curved and melt. All right. Now check this out. I'm coming around the corner, and let me back up.
I'll follow you.
Let me back up.
I'm coming. Okay.
Right here. You ready? You want to see the size of these boxes? Look at that. Take a close look. That's how big it is. Everybody's walking underneath it. You see that? Look at that. Look at the size. Look at that.
So just to put it in there.
You don't get it. And this is underground. From above ground. So, after seeing this for myself, and then you go back out, back to Allen's Point, LIDAR, and looking, and the Azores, and Central America, and Egypt, that after you see this, and the size of these tunnels, the length of this complex, it's ginormous beyond description. You walk back out, you go up those stairs, and you turn around, and you would never know it's there. It's just sand. It's incredible. That's why we need LIDAR. That's why we need funding. That's why the Azores are very, very important. We've got a couple of different islands. Atlantis is another example. And a couple of purported things in and around the UK, and of course Atlantis, but the Azores itself. We need to go out and we need to fund this, and we need to study this. There was high technology out there that predates everything. When you look at something like the Serapeum, and you witness this yourself, and you walk through it, and you totally come to the understanding that this was hidden from history for 3,000 years, right? Just hidden. It wasn't rediscovered and dug out till 1854. 1854. It's 150 years ago. It was just sand. It was just sand. Sand dunes. That's it. Nobody knew it was there. It's mind-blowing. So yes, LIDAR and going out and figuring out what was really going on and how big it was. I'm telling you, this is evidence of technology that we have no clue. We just don't understand. We do not understand what was going on. We've forgotten more than we remembered. This is Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. It's Thursday night and Fadernight. More of your phone calls for next. 818-921-6929. 818-921-6929. I'll be right back.
You're listening to Jimmy Church and Fade to Black on the X.
Hey, what up, y'all? It's your girl Vivica Fox here, and you are listening to my boy, Jimmy Church, on JimmyChurchRadio.com.
Despite popular opinion, reading a book will not make you smarter.
But listening to Jimmy Church will.
I'll be the host and MC once again this year for the 2023 Conscious Life Expo, February 10th through the 13th at the LAX Hilton in Los Angeles, California. This is a 4-day live event featuring hundreds of speakers, exhibitors, and not-to-miss special events. Check this out. Linda Moulton Howe, Bashar, Deborah King, Daniel Sheehan, George Norrie, David Wolf, Sean Stone, Danny Brinkley, Susan Slaughter, the Leo King, David Palmer, Scott Walter, and another another 200 inspirational speakers. Special events include a disclosure lunch with me, Expo's Got Talent, hosted by me, a seance with Susan Slaughter, the George Norrie Forum, and the Leo King is going to DJ at a dance party. Over 200 exhibitors, over 200 speakers. It's the biggest event of the year. Tickets are on sale now at ConsciousLifeExpo.com. For everything you need, info, tickets, schedule, and speakers, please visit ConsciousLifeExpo.com. Go back, Lee Tappy.
This is Billy Carson, founder and CEO of ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. ForbiddenKnowledge.tv is the fastest growing and one of the most watched networks in the world. And I would like to personally invite you to check out our expanding library of TV, film, lectures, and special presentations. ForbiddenKnowledge.tv has over 6,000 videos covering lost history, health, UFOs, spirituality, and our future. We are committed to our community, and with my personal invitation, you can, right now, get your own free 30-day membership at ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. Your own library of information starts today at ForbiddenKnowledge.tv.
Your 1 million gigawatt paranormal powerhouse, KUNX-DB, the X.
Are you ready to read about true paranormal events? UNX Media publishes nonfiction books about UFOs, ghosts and haunted places, time anomalies, cryptid creatures, and more. Just like KUNX-DB Radio, it's all about unexplained phenomena. Visit www.unxmedia.com to see our list of great book titles by Debbie Ziegelmeyer, Gene Walker, Devin Listrom, Wayne Lawrence, Bill Spicer, and yours truly, Margie Kay. That's unxmedia.com.
Introducing the Game Changer blend from River Moon Coffee that delivers a customized blend made specifically for the Fadernauts. If the game is rigged, change the game. It's a bolder cup with some bite. Game Changer is the coffee of choice for those that prefer an organic dark roast that is slightly lighter and milder, but it's still dark. With wild notes of pecans and chocolate with a rich, balanced, full-bodied cup that is roasted to perfection for a great coffee to start your day, as an after-dinner coffee or anywhere in between. Artisan, small batch roasted to perfection. USDA certified organic. All River Moon coffee is freshly roasted and packaged in the USA. Just go to rivermooncoffee.com or click on the banners over on our site and use the promo code F2BBLEND for 15% off of your order today. rivermooncoffee.com.
Are you intrigued by Paranormal Talk Radio? You'll love the new Paranormal Radio app from TalkStream Live. You'll find a great selection of talk shows covering UFOs, ghosts, strange phenomena, and much more. Download the Paranormal Radio app now and start listening to the very best in paranormal talk entertainment, including the network you're listening to right now, the Paranormal Radio app, free in Google Play and the iOS App Store.
Erica, Brittany, Gabby, and you're listening to JamieChurchRadio.com.
It's not a lifestyle we chose. We were born this way.
This is KJCR at JimmyChurchRadio.com.
Welcome back. Faded Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. Thursday night, Fader night. Yeah, man. All right. So I was talking about Christina Gomez and mysteries with the history. I love co-hosting that with her. I'm a guest host. That's her show. That's her thing. And but anyway, so today I showed 3 videos. I just showed parts of 2 of them right now. I have been trying to I'm so glad that Alan from Salt Lake City called in and brought up the point of LiDAR, because the best example when I'm doing my best to find the words to describe Egypt. Now, here's the thing. We all know about the Great Pyramid. I've done shows on the Great Pyramid, and that's fine. The Sphinx, we know about that. It's fine. Giza, we know about that. That's fine. Some have seen the Step Pyramid, maybe even the Bent Pyramid, maybe even the Red Pyramid, and Karnak and Luxor. That's like saying, you go to Italy and everybody goes to Florence, right? Well, there's other things to see there. You go to Greece, you go to the Parthenon. There's other things to see. It's the same thing with Egypt. All right. Yeah. Okay. Luxor is amazing. Karnak is mind blowing, right? Kamambo, Edfu, but that's insanity, right? Well, but there's so much more to Egypt. And the amount of work, the amount of labor, the amount of time that it took to build the Great Pyramid has been pounded into our heads, right? 20 years, 20,000 people, 2.5 million, we over and over, it's just drummed into us, right? The dogma just built up over the years, right? Go to Dendera. Go to Abydos, right? Go to some of these outlying areas. Go to the Temple of Isis. You go to these and you see the ginormity of all of this, right? Okay, and I'm trying to stress the Serapeum. You witness this and you see this, and the concept, the size, I have no idea how long it took to build. I know, I was talking about Elon Musk and his boring company. That's what it's called. Big boring thing, building tunnels underneath the United States. We've got tunnels that are connecting across the United States. We've got, okay, that's modern technology, nuclear powered boring machines. This is thousands of years ago. And you look at the now I'm trying to tell you that the visualization of after going and seeing the Serapeum, walking up and standing on the sand and then just looking around and trying to picture what is built underground. I don't think you understand it. You don't. So this video is me just walking through. I'm just walking down. And I'm going to pause this. I'm going left and right. Left and right. Left and right. Left and right. Now, look at the size of this hallway. Look at how this is underground. This is under the sands of the Sahara Desert. There's another, I have no idea, 20, 30 feet long, 10 feet high, 100 tons. There's one after another. Perfectly cut hallways, perfectly cut archways that go on forever. Now, if you think I'm exaggerating, just keep watching this video. Watch how many turns I take. Here, it just looks melted to me. I can't explain. I'm trying to capture this. It's melted. It's melted granite. I've got lots of examples of that. I was very fascinated with it. You don't hear people talking about it. Billy Carson pointed it out to me. But look at that. Look at that tunnel. Just look at that tunnel. This is ginormous. Underground, thousands of years. Look at that tunnel. Just look at this. and you exit. You exit this. You go back up the stairs. And you go out the door and you walk back up, and you're standing in the desert, and you just turn around, and you're just trying to picture this shopping mall sized thing under the sand. It's incredible. Now I'm gonna let this roll because it's look, I just turned the camera. I'm going down another hallway. It's like, what the heck, man? It just doesn't make any sense. Look at the hallway, how it continues. You know what I just walked down, right? Now watch this. Watch. Let's take a turn. Oh my God. People just don't get it. These, and look at the archways and look how it's cut. It's perfect. It's clean. It's the most mind-blowing experience. And, and you're talking 3,000-4,000 years old, and how much labor now. And this is my take ultimately on this. And I don't think that I'm wrong here. I think I think it was easy for them. Look, just turned out another hallway. This is underground. And so maybe you're starting to understand that when you walk above ground, you're spending hours down here just walking and seeing and walking, and then you go back up and you just turn around and you can't, it doesn't register because you're looking at endless desert. Look, here's a sarcophagus that they pulled out of one of the tombs down below, tried to get it out, they left it. They just couldn't move it anymore. It's melted right there. And so there you go. I step around it, and I took some pictures with this. Look, I'm holding the camera up above my head like this, I couldn't even get, that's how tall, I'm 6 foot tall. And I'm looking, at 3/4 up. So there, it's crazy. It's absolutely mind blowing. So when we talk about technology today, here's the thing, right? Elon Musk just gave up. He's got modern technology, the Boring Company. He can't dig tunnels. Tried, right? Remember the what was he calling it? The Hyperloop, right? It was going to connect LA to Vegas, and you were going to drive there and jump on one of those little bubble cars and get to Vegas in 15 minutes, 600 miles an hour. You remember all that talk, right? No, can't do it. Can't get it done. Apparently, the Egyptians didn't have any issues with it 3,000 years ago, right? 4,000 years ago. That they are going down and digging that. Perfect. Now, one of the points that I made, Elon ran into politics. No, Elon ran into rock. That's what Elon ran into. Politics. Nah. Elon doesn't care about politics, obviously. Is this. I was talking to Christina about this earlier today. Here's the nutty thing. Here's the crazy drama. Nobody wants to talk about this. The Egyptians had paper. They did. They had papyrus. They did a lot of writing on papyrus. I've got a lot of video of papyrus. I've shot sheets of papyrus. Egyptians had no problems writing out everything. Daily life, recipes, life after death, hey, politics, wars, everything, man. They scribes, man, just telling the history of Egypt. No issues, right? Except drawings of the pyramid, drawings of the Sphinx, drawings of temples, plans. I'm talking about blueprints. How do you build a pyramid, a temple complex? How do you build Luxor? How do you build Dendera? How do you build Kamambo, Edfu? without a plan. Right? Without a plan. The Serapeum. How do you construct the Serapeum without a drawing? How are you the engineer? You're the architect. And these architects, they were gods. They had tombs just as elegant as the pharaohs. These architects were gods. And so you go and you build the Serapeum from your head, right? That you are bringing in, thousands of people staffing a work crew, and you're just telling them what to do. Okay, just dig. What? Just dig in that direction. No. Where are the plan? Where are the draw? Where are the map? We're going to build, because this is the thing. And I'm being very serious. You're the architect, you're the engineer. You've been in your house, in your office, drawing, mapping, planning, everything. And then you go to the Pharaoh and you go, okay, here's the plans. You unroll it. This is what we're going to do. Oh, it looks pretty good. Let's check it out. Okay. All right. Where is any of that, of any complex in Egypt? Doesn't exist. You would think that the said engineer, the said architect, just like everything else in Egypt, man, they had it all mapped out, man. They tell you the whole story. Size of the armies, populations, seasons, taxes, grains, trade, right? They tell you all of that. Games, laws, dreams, right? They get it all except for, right? Okay, we need 5,000 dudes over here working on this. We need 3,000 over here working on that. We need another 1,000 to level everything out. We need another. We need so many this. We need this. We got to quarry this. We got to dig this. We got to construct sled. We got to do this. All of that's planned. It's just verbalized, right? That all of this was just talked through. No, and that's why I think that this is some of the best example that we have, that we can present, of a high-tech, advanced civilization. It was easy for them to build the Serapeum. They had the engineering, they had the math, they had the ability, they knew what they were doing, they planned, the drawing, all of that was structured out, and they did it. They had equipment, they had technology, and they were able to do this. They were able to obviously form those granite boxes and move those. It's been said a zillion times, but I'll say it right now. Do you know how many pounds a semi-truck carries? You know how many pounds? Do you know? A container. You see the freighters. You see those freighters with the containers on them stacked up. You see them in ports, right? Those containers. You know how heavy one of those is? All right. One of those stone granite boxes in the Serapeum, it's like 5 of those. And that's what it takes for us. We've got the cranes. Remember Tom Cruise? The beginning of War of the Worlds. What was his job? He was a crane operator at the port in New Jersey, right? New York. And he's up there with the crane picking up one of those containers. Those granite boxes are like 5 times that weight, 100 tons. It's crazy. And somehow, 4,000 years ago, they were not only cutting those and building those, they were moving those. Here's the other thing. There were no trees. And in most cases, no wheels. No wheels. So somebody just, it's the best examples that we have of high tech. Nobody, it is so strange. We can go through as tourists and go through Egypt and just be amazed. Wow. Whoa, that's big. Wow, that's cool. Nobody wants to stop and go, how? This community does, and we're fighting that all the time. I'm here to tell you, I just showed you a video that when my face goes like that you walk down this, you are, like I said, your stories underground, and you turn the corner and you see this, poof. You walk down, you turn left, you go down another hallway, poof. You turn right, you go down another hallway, poof. 30 feet wide, 30 feet tall with this giant archway. It's like going into Penn Station, Union Station in Los Angeles, where you walk in Penn Station and you look around and it's just it takes your breath away, the size of the stride. That's what happened. Have you been to Mall of America in Minnesota? I have. 9 stories tall, biggest mall in the world. And you walk in and just, whoa, Mall of America ain't crap compared to the Serapeum. It's really that simple. It's just the best examples. And so as I keep driving this home, and I hope that the concept of all of this, people will start to understand, all right, is that it's everywhere in Egypt. It's everywhere. It's just not one thing. It's not, Paris has got the Eiffel Tower, whatever. Do you know how many years it took to build Notre Dame? Look it up. It's like 120 years. Some crazy number, right? Some crazy number. And that's it. That is nothing compared to anywhere you look in Egypt. It's everywhere. It was built in a very small span of time. That I can't explain it. I cannot. I'm at the end of the show, and one of the things that I have been repeating over the last couple of weeks since I got back to Egypt is I'm unpacking it. I'm unpacking it. I was about a year ago, William Henry and I went out to dinner, and we were crossing this street, Beverly Hills, and he goes, "So you haven't been to Egypt yet?" And I said, "No." And he goes, "Man, it doesn't stop blowing my mind. Every time I go there, it's just something else. You've got to go with me." And I said, "Well, you know what? I'm going next year, and these are the plans, and I would love to go with you." But William and I have talked about this over and over and over again for years, and I thought that I got it. I thought that I was going to go and I was going to see stuff, and I was going to reinforce the stuff that I learned, and I'd be able to go and experience this. And I came away from Egypt more in shock than I was. It's unexplainable. And so here I am for the last 2 weeks. I keep saying it over and over again. I don't get it. I don't. I'm unpacking it. It's just too much. It's too overwhelming. It doesn't make any sense. And it's everywhere that you look. I remember, so we're driving up. We just left the Bent Pyramid, and the Red Pyramid is behind us, and we're on this highway. And from my seat in the bus, I'm just looking. It's just flat desert, right? And you can see the pyramids, different crumbling. Some we're just passing them. They're just out in the desert. Just it's everywhere you look. Doesn't matter. Downtown Cairo, out in the middle of the desert, some city, some town. Everywhere you look, you just look, and there's something insanely old and beautiful and big and large. It's everywhere you look. So I've got 2 trips planned for Egypt next year in 2023. I hope that some of you get a chance to go back with me and experience this. I learned so much, and I now have another approach, and I'll be talking about it for the next year, how I am definitely going to use my eyes this next time around and spend more time at specific spots in these temples. And because I was just trying to get it all in and see as much and walk around and absorb. And this next time around, I just need to center myself and just stand in front of something for longer and photograph. Stay in one room and photograph. Take it in a little bit differently. But it'd be great if some of you can go back with me next year. We got 2 trips. One's going to be short. Basically Cairo and Saqqara, 5 days, and then one longer, 12, 13, 14 days, seeing less stuff each day for 14 days and dealing with things a little bit differently. So there you go. All right. With that, sorry, everybody on hold. I need to get this stuff out. I need to get these thoughts out. All right. I appreciate the phone calls, but I need to clear my head. This is Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. Another Fadernight down. Great phone calls. Thank you, everybody. And so glad to get to the weekend. So glad. Oh, tomorrow I'm back on with Christina and Micah Hanks. We're going to do a news wrap-up show tomorrow, and I've already posted. I will get it back out into social media. All right? And so I'll see everybody tomorrow with Christina, Micah Hanks. Fade to Black is produced by Hilton J. Paul, Renee, Dennis, and Kevin. Announcers are Steve Harder, Gene Vitola, Mark T. Kovar. Webmaster is Drew the Geek. Music, Doug Aldrich. Intro, Spaceboy. SpaceboyMusic.com. Fade to Black is produced by KJCR for the Game Changer Network, and this broadcast is owned and copyrighted 2022 by Fade to Black and the Game Changer Network, Inc. It cannot be rebroadcast, downloaded, copied, or used anywhere in the known universe without written permission from Fade to Black and the Game Changer Network. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. Everybody have a great, safe, fun, amazing weekend. I'll see you on Monday. Go Beckley Teppy.